Louisville last week. Thanks for being here. I'm Gilbert Corsi.
And I'm Lindsay Allen in tonight for Fallon Glick. The 32-year-old had been in the United States for 8 years. His family tells WDRB's Richard Essex he came here to escape the violence of Cuba. Richard.
Joel Napoleus Ravello was, according to his family, a graduate of medical school in Cuba, and he was taking the steps to enter medical school here. His father told me that last Thursday afternoon, his son was having a mental episode, their third one in the last year and a half, and he had called police for help. Joel Napoleus Ravello came to the United States 8 years ago with the dream of practicing medicine. His father, Joel Gomez, spoke to me through an interpreter.
Él fue en Cuba. Siempre fue un muchacho muy estudioso.
In Cuba, he studied really hard in university. He actually was an honor roll student over there, and that's how he became a doctor. He actually also had a mission in Venezuela to practice medication over there.
His parents came to the United States a year and a half ago.
De todas las cosas malas que veíamos.
We came to this country to escape the violence of Cuba. We came to this country because he told us, hey, Mom, Dad, it's all better over here in this country. He would even sometimes joke around and say, I'm American.
Last Thursday, Gomez says that his son woke up agitated. He said that he was nervously pacing the house in the garage, played loud music, and that his behavior was out of character and increasingly disturbing.
Su hermana que estaba trabajando.
There towards the night, we try to explain to him, listen, you have to calm down. This is not you. This is out of the ordinary for you. You need to calm down.
His parents say that they tried to calm him down, but nothing worked. He says that his son took all of the cell phones in the house and started calling police. And before police arrived, he smashed all of the flower pots on the front porch and ripped the screen from the kitchen windows.
Con la primera persona, el primer policía.
First cop arrived. Then it took about 4 to 5 minutes for the second cop to arrive. In that instance, his sister and his mother went through the back door to try to talk to them. We try to tell them, we just need you guys to calm him down.
Here is where the family and police differ on what happened. Gomez says that his son did have a knife and went outside at least once with it in his hand.
Put the knife back in the kitchen.
That night, interim police chief Paul Humphrey.
The subject exited the home and began to advance towards officers with the knife in hand. Multiple officers deployed less lethal.
That included tasers and non-lethal projectiles. But Chief Humphrey said that when Ravello continued to approach, officers fired.
Fuego artificial en Estados Unidos.
And then all I know is ta-ta-ta-ta. He was already shot. I know that my daughter speaks pretty fluent English, and she kept on asking, what have they done to him? They were supposed to only stabilize him with a taser, not shoot him.
Ravello's father said that his son had his mother's Bible in one hand and a piece of broken pottery in the other when he ran at police. Police say they will release the body camera video within 10 days of the shooting. With photojournalist Josh Horton, Richard Essex, WDRB News.
Richard, thank you. And
3 LMPD officers who fired on a 32-year-old man allegedly advancing with the knives. Officer Forbes was with the department from 2015 to 19, then rehired in 2022. Officer Schmeltz was hired a year ago, and Officer Eves has been with LMPD for about a year and a half. All 3 are now on paid administrative leave as the investigation into this deadly incident continues.
When officers arrived, they encountered the male who was agitated inside the house with several other family members inside the home.
It was those family members who called for help from inside a home in Valley Station. They were concerned about 32-year-old Joel Ravello, a doctor who immigrated from Cuba and became a U.S. citizen.
The subject armed himself with a knife.
3 LMPD officers responded to the call: Matthew Forbes, Garrett Schmeltz, and Kendrick Eves. Despite their attempts to de-escalate the situation, the officers reported Ravello's distress only seemed to grow. Forbes, a seasoned officer who rejoined LMPD in 2022 after a brief hiatus, has 7 commendations to his name. Schmeltz, the newest among them, has been with the department since June 2023 and already earned 2 commendations. Eves, who joined the force in February 2023, is known for his dedication and has received 3 commendations for his service. All 3 fired their weapons during the incident Thursday night. The interim police chief says officers used less lethal options, including a taser first, but Ravello allegedly advanced on the officers with the knife still in hand.
The subject was pronounced deceased at the scene after officers attempted to render aid.
After the shooting, Chief Humphrey said body cam video will be released within 10 business days. LMPD's Public Integrity Unit is leading the investigation into whether or not the shooting was justified. The 3 officers involved are now on paid leave and must undergo a psychological assessment before returning to duty.
This is obviously a tragedy, and we want to recognize the loss of life here and that this is a distressing moment for both the officers as well as the family. However, we are grateful that no one else was injured in this incident.
Officer Forbes is the only one of the 3 with any disciplinary history. A complaint involving pursuit policy was filed during his first stint with LMPD. Police records show Forbes was exonerated of any wrongdoing. Reporting live in the studio, Randall Cam, WOKY.